What's a thing that all men do, but never admit doing? Cry. IDKY, but whenever I start falling asleep and someone calls me out on it, it's always my first instinct to deny it. I will be asleep on my couch and my GF will be like, "Are you sleeping?" 100 times, and have to shake me awake and it'll be like I've been awake the whole time. Edit. Glad I'm not the only one. LMAO. Wonder if they should go to the doctor, then convince themselves they don't need to. Edit. I went in, turns out I had testicular cancer. Don't put it off. I'm not going to fall for this. Edit. Thanks for the votes. Still not falling for this. I constantly worry that it'll be as bad as my dad was to my mother. And am just masking, pretending to be a good person. Wanting platonic touch, i.e. hugs. Getting called by someone while you're jerking off and just saying whatever you can to get them to shut up. Catching water in our arms in the shower and then letting splash to the ground. Getting annoyed when you put your dick back in your pants after a pee and suddenly feeling a wet drip on your leg. Pick up signs, but not act on them for to the fear of misinterpreting. And then act oblivious. Fantasize / daydream about being a hero or making a great sacrifice to save everyone. Well, that's something I'm not willing to admit. Finding a really cool rock on the ground, then taking it with us. Wanting affirmation from their partners that they are sexy and desired. Read that as parents. Good night. There are two kinds of man. A man who picks his nose. And a man who lies about picking his nose. Fantasize completely made up scenarios where we save the day or win the girl over, etc. Realizing that someone was flirting with you like 5 years late. Grab their own, but to see what it feels like. Imagine a million outcomes when a random girl see us eye to eye. Tactical wank. Lead lives of quiet desperation. Take longer than normal showers just standing there under the hot water because no one will love you. Go over every little minute detail in their heads of the conversation they had with someone they are even a little bit attracted to. The way I raised my eyebrows slightly after asking them their favorite type of cheese might have been a little too much. What a useless, stupid motherfucker I actually am. I deserve to die alone. Taking steps back from the urinal to see how much strength we have while peeing. Tell ourselves that having someone who loves us is a luxury. Remember compliments years after they're given. Wanting a hug real bad. Shaving your pubes at 14, even though no one is gonna see it ever. Realizing like 10 years later that one girl you were hanging out with was 100% saying she was DTF, and we are fucking idiots for not realizing. While naked, rotate your hips fast enough to make a fun slapping noise. I remember when I was like 6 I did that thing where I pushed my dick in. You ever push your dick inwards and then wrap your ballsack around it and make a lil dick pouch? And X200B. Edit. Nothing like waking up to suddenly having 3k karma and 9 awards. Glad I could share my wisdom with the world. Pee on shit stains in the toilet bowl. Efficiency. Overthink everything to the point of decision paralysis and be haunted for years by the smallest of social missteps. Pee in a completely unexpected direction. Bottom ups everything and then die of stress induced heart problems and therefore is like a real man. Always wash our dicks very thoroughly cause you just never know when you're gonna get your dick sucked. Even if the odds are low. They're never zero. I sometimes watch sad scenes from movies on YouTube that I like and cry. I purposely search for a selection I have. Sit there and have a little tear up. Watership Down ending. The end scene from Batter is not included when the robots come back to help. The bit in Deep Impact when Fish and the crew say goodbye to their families. Littlefoot when he is left alone after Sharptooth kills his mum. Artex dying in Never-Ending Story. Saving Private Ryan at the end. Lion King when Simba's dad dies. I'm a grown man. Married with kids with military service. Perfectly fine afterwards. I just like to get a little emotional and let it out. It's often about dads too, so I think that whilst I have no issues with my dad, the thought of my children being left alone without saddens me. Anyway, I will never tell anyone this. Edit. Yes, the Iron Giant. Field of Dreams and the wolf scene in Dances with Wolves 2. Put on a show for your dog. Sing a show tune and do a little soft shoe. Then give it a big ending and pause for applause while your dog looks at you and slow blinks. Using telepathy to link a small portion of our minds together so we can reduce the pain of getting our balls hit by dividing small portions of the pain to any man within a few meters. Attempt to use telekinesis. If there's a scale in the bathroom, we're gonna weigh ourselves before and after a good poop. Put their hand in their pocket to adjust a boner or their balls when they're stuck to their leg. Shave our mustache down to a Hitler stash for 5 seconds just to see what it would look like out of morbid curiosity. Edit. Kinda sad my most upvoted comment is about Hitler. Cherish a single compliment for years. Adjust cock and balls in public when no one's watching, at least when we think no one is. Admitting to knowing what bukkake is in front of our wives. Some friends and I were playing Cards Against Humanity with our wives once. One of girls said, "What does bukkake mean?" In an instant we all made simultaneous eye contact somehow and telepathically agreed that well pretend we don't know. We all knew. We just pretended not to talk to themselves. And I always refer to it as "we like him fucking Gollum." Come on man, we're gonna be fine. Genuinely feels like there's two people in here. There's the internal me and then there's the external me, and they're kinda different. Sometimes when I get out of the shower I'll hump the air and flop my junk around. This thread in a nutshell. Touch my balls. Push my balls. Grab my balls. Feel existential dread. Scratch my balls. One half of these comments are dick jokes and the other half is just depression. Edit. I posted this morning and come home from work to find 15,000 upvotes and an award. This much happened in 4 hours. Which makes 100% of the male experience. What was your favorite comment? Let us know below. And remember to like and subscribe, it helps a lot.